Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans. And we have just a re-signing that had come out today, as of the day we're recording it. I'm not sure when this will go up. But Janarian Grant re-signs with the Toronto Argonauts. Now, I don't see it in the 3 Down Nation article. Rick, do we know how long this is?
To be honest, I was just looking that up myself right now.
Okay, well, maybe take a look at that, because he re-signs with the Argos. Grant's had a little bit of a down year this past year, but he's looking to kind of get back to where he was. If you kind of look at this past year, he played 15 games for the Argos, and he got 666 return yards in regards to his punt returns for kickoff returns. Although, actually, you know what? I should not say he had a down year. You know what it is? In his punt returns, he was about 300 yards behind where he was the year prior. But if you look at his kickoff return yards, he actually was higher despite playing one less game. Now, he did have an extra 9 returns. That is important to keep in mind. He had 22.9, which was second lowest in his career. His only year that he was a little bit lower was the year where he only played was in 2023, when he only played half a season with Winnipeg. But he always has been kind of in that mid-20s, you know what I mean? And he still got a kickoff return touchdown as last year. Just wasn't able to get any on punt return for the first time in his career. So he had a bit of a mixed year last year. I wouldn't. It's funny. Originally, I was saying it was a down year, but I think it's kind of somewhere in the middle. Occasionally gets used a little bit as a receiver, but again, that's not really why you're signing a guy like Grant. You're signing a guy like Grant because of his return capabilities. There was year after year where this guy was the best returner in the CFL, and I don't know if I'd say he's the best returner now. Like, he's certainly capable of that. You know what I mean? But he's certainly still a solid returner. It's kind of interesting here because you know what it is? It's a guy that has won some championships in this league. He's a 3-time Grey Cup champion, won in 2019, 2021, as well as 2024. He has in 2024 he won the John Argo Special Teams Award. He's a 2-time CFL All-Star 2022 and 2024. He is a CFL West All-Star in 2022, a CFL East All-Star in 2024. And if you take a look at his time in college, he was second team All Big Ten in 2015 and a second team All AAC in 2013. If you look at kind of his time in college, he had played for Rutgers for his 5 years in there, which, if I'm looking here, were in the Big Ten Conference. And he had done decent there for them. And he had even played there a bit as their returner as well, which kind of doesn't look like he played returner for them every game, but it doesn't look like he also only did it like once or twice. He got a bit of time. And that kind of led to him going to the Baltimore Ravens. He played 2 games for them, in which, if I'm just taking a look here, he did actually get he got 2 kickoff returns for the Baltimore Ravens in those games, as well as 7 punt returns. He didn't end up with any touchdowns. Again, it was in just a kind of a limited capacity, but then afterwards finds the CFL through the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. You know what? I don't mind this signing for Toronto. I don't. He's 32 years old, but it's one of those things where he has such a pedigree behind him of being a good returner in the CFL, and so I understand why. You know what it is? It's a player who's won a lot. He's been very, very successful in the CFL, and he's going to be sticking around in Toronto. What do you think of this move? Kind of re-signing Janarian Grant for the Toronto Argonauts, Rick?
So it makes me wonder what their return game plan is going to be. Only because not only do you have Peyton Logan now, you also have Janarian Grant. But then at running back, you have Spencer Brown, Mitchell, and Logan. So you don't know what they're going to be doing.
My question is where Peyton Logan falls in that. Is Peyton Logan going to be used more as a backup running back? Is he going to be used more as a returner? Is the job of starting returner going to be up for grabs? And they're going to give both of these guys an opportunity? Or is this Janarian Grant's spot to lose? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because
You know what?
Peyton Logan's is being a very good returner in the CFL, but he gets injured last year. Trey Vavel goes in for Winnipeg. And unfortunately for Peyton Logan, Vavel lit the world on fire. He was just fantastic. He was the best returner in the league last year, best special teams player in the league. He was the rookie of the year, so he had won both special teams player of the year as well as rookie of the year. And so with that naturally kind of forced Logan out of that spot that looked like he was going to have originally, just because of the emergence of Trey Vavel. So I'm curious to see whether Janarian Grant or Peyton Logan will have that spot lined up, or if you're going to maybe see a 1A, 1B, or really Toronto maybe kind of give the opportunity to both guys. I'm unsure.
You know what I have to say to that?
What do you have to say to that?
What have you done for me lately?
Well, and you know what the valid point behind the "what have you done for me lately" is? What team did that philosophy fucking center around? Toronto, because it was the Kadeem Carey cut that really was one where I was like, whoa, like I was not expecting that. And I think Kadeem Carey he's now their running backs coach, if that's correct, right? Yes, in Toronto, after retiring this year. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys check out our retirement video that we did on Kadeem Carey. And so I'm interested to see what the philosophy is for the Mike Miller Toronto Argonauts going into this year. So is there anything else you got there, Rick?
No, sir.
All right, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord, where we discuss all things CFL, NHL, all sorts of sports stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.